This video may contain words that you may find offensive, and so may your Auntie Nelly. Yo, how's it going? So today, we'll give you a hint of what kind of day it is today. A Fender day. Ooh. So, my little Ibanez, the Ibanez RG2550EX, catch your name, has gone. And in its place, a more mature lady is this. So you're going, it's a Strat. Yeah. But it's not just any Strat. So this is a 1979 Greco Super Sounds. Now that's a better name for a guitar. Super Sounds. What do you get on the guitar? Super Sounds. A 1979. I think this is the SE 450. But it is absolutely stunning. And to be fair, right? So where are we now? 2025, 79. So 80, 20, 25, 45. This is 45. Well, this is December. It's a December. It's 1979. This is nearly as fucking old as me. Holy shit! That's fucking ancient. This is a December 1979. So a little bit of background on these, yeah. So Greco decided to make these guitars, and Fender got the ump and started to proceed to because they were too fucking close. They were too close to the Fender's design, so they basically they took them to court. So they sounded from then on. I think they were called a Super Real. And the last, I would say, 2 or 3 years of the production of these before they were sued by Fender, these things were absolutely top of the line. I mean, there's loads of different models. There's the SE 450, 400s, 500s, 600s, 800s, and so on. Yeah. And if it's anything like the Les Pauls, the 4, 5, 600, 500 was a replication of on the price, 6,000 yen or something like that, or 6 million yen, whatever it was. It was relative to the price. So this model here, for those of you who are proper geeky, is a 3 bolt-on version. So it's a little bit rarer again. But in fairness, look at this. There's like a couple of little scratches here, if that, on a 40, nearly 46-year-old guitar. It's immaculate. The neck is pristine. It's a slight V shape to it. Oh my God, some of the most smoothest tuners I've ever played and used in my life. They are. Let me see if I can see what the hell it is. I'm blind as a bat. Oh, they're Grecos. So this is made in Japan. Honestly, it is. I was trying to describe this to one of my mates of what it's like. As soon as I started playing it, very much like the Prestige Ibanez, I knew I was playing a quality guitar. This is stunning. Okay? Now I've already got a Strat, which I'll show you in a second. Yeah. That's my 1998 Japanese Strat. The photo flame ones. Yeah. So I'll show you. Actually, yeah. Let's see if I can get it at the same time without smashing these two guitars together. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah. So, two very pretty guitars. Yeah. Okay. Fender, Greco. Now, this little beastie, as you can see in the bridge position, has got a Seymour Duncan Hotrails in. And I've just left the two other ones in it because it's a proper Stratty sound. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm going to put this back up in a second before I batter myself to death with Fenders. So, when I plug this in, and I'll do a little bit of a demo in a second, which I'll cut into this. It's very, very Stratty. Very, very Stratty. To the point where I'm not fussed on this. I'm not fussed on the bridge pickup. I'm not a huge fan of the single coil bridge pickup sound. Yeah, some people love them, some people don't. I'm not a huge fan, but I love the second and fourth positions and the neck position. So I thought, I'll see about putting the Hotrails in this, but it's because it's such a nice guitar. I didn't want to just go out and get a Fluor or something like that, 20 or 30 quid set of pickups. I wanted to put something a little bit more tasty in it, which led me then to an advert that was on Facebook, on something like I belong to some of the swap and sell sites, and I come across one of the guys that was selling a set of these. Can you see? So this is the Duncan Designed. So I'm going to, first of all, stick the one in here, and I'm going to do a direct comparison. So essentially, I want to do a little bit of a comparison between a Greco Strat with the Hotrails in it and a Fender, because they're both Japanese guitars, so they're quite close. Yeah. I know the age is a little bit different, and I know this is a maple fretboard. That's a rosewood. Okay. But I want to just for shits and giggles, I just want to pop that in there and see what the difference is between the two of them. See if we got a bit of a favourite. See if you got a bit of a favourite. Then what I may do, I'm not entirely sure, because I've got the set here. 1, 2, 3. I've got the set. I might put the set of them in there and see what it's like, because apparently these have been upgraded. I got a sneaky feeling these are Fender noiseless hots or Fender noiseless pickups, because it's very, very quiet, even on high gain. So I think I'm going to change. I'm going to change these out, but I'll see. We're doing the stages. But what I think really interesting to see, I wasn't sure about the Duncan designs, because the Duncan designs really are a clone of that what I've got in the other one, in the Fender, yeah. But these are more either Chinese or Korean made, something like that. But they are exactly the same design by Seymour Duncan himself or his factory, yeah. But just not made in the American factory. So how different can it be? Because when I was on looking online, I saw one of the guys has posted a video talking about it. There was the odd one where there was almost like going from the humbuckers, the humbucker, a Seymour Duncan and a Duncan Designed humbucker, but not the Hotrails. So I didn't really have any reference. So I thought, right, let's do a bit of a comparison. So that's what today's about today, guys. So a couple of aims. One, comparing what the Japanese Fender and the Japanese Greco are like. Two, then, what the Duncan designs are like. And then I might decide then from there whether I'm going to replace the other two and stick the other two Duncan Designed Hotrails in them. Ooh. Decisions. So stick along with this for this video, guys, and let me know your thoughts on what you think. Okay? All right. Okay, so I thought during the process I promise you I have not unveiled what's underneath here. I got a sneaky feeling these are Fenders. They look like Fenders to me, although it's, I don't know, they've just got like a really rounded corners on them. Anyway, I think they're Fenders. I have not lifted this, so you're seeing this at the same time as me, alright guys? So, what's in the box? What's in the box? So what do we reckon they are? What do we reckon? Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty. So, what the hell are these? Neck, middle, bridge. It's all nice enough. You can see this, guys. Yeah. Hence, that's why it's so quiet. We're in high gain. What pots? I wouldn't say they're full-size pots, are they? Nice, neat soldering, I think. I think that that switch there, we put that down with there. I think that switch there has been changed out. That would explain why it's very snicky. Yeah, it's quite hard. It's not hard. No, I wouldn't say hard. Hard is an exaggeration, but it's very snicky. If snicky is a word. What the hell are these? My eyesight is so bad these days. I don't know. I will do some little bit of googling. There's a googling, and see. But I think this has been after done. So it's been when they changed the pickups on this. They've put all this foil in, which is the best, neatest job in the world, but effective. Because one of the things I noticed with it, with these single coils, was that the sort of gain I'm kind of using, single coils would normally be a bit buzzy, but it's not. So, okay, all right. I just thought I'd bring you on the journey while I'm changing out this bridge. I'm going to keep the strings on it, exactly the same strings, to do a direct comparison, because I normally use rotor sounds. I think these are Ernie Balls. So anyway, okay. Join me in a little minute. So, dun 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 dun. So, I definitely went for the three single coil Hotrails, because when I put the one in, and I left the two original single coils in it, this one didn't play as well with the original single coil in the middle. So when I slipped it onto the second position, whereas my Japanese Fender played lovely, this didn't. It was a bit, I don't know, it was almost like it was out of phase, but it's not. Yeah? So it just didn't play nice. So So, whoop, all that again. I stuck these in, and I am absolutely over the moon with it. Absolutely. So these are the Duncan Designed Hotrails. So let's just do a little bit of a comparison, yeah? So what I'll do is I'll give a strum now on my normal, just a normal sort of not such a wet overdrive sound, and this is what it sounds like with just the bridge. Okay, so that was with the Duncan Designed one. Let's pop that on mute a second. And then, let's swap that then. For the Japanese Fender with the full Seymour Duncan Hotrails in. So, so there they are, Seymour Duncan Hotrails. So those are the Duncan Designed. Supposed to be exactly the same design for them, but just not produced in America. And this is what this sounds like. Okay, good on your ears. There's not much in it, is there? There's not much in it. I tell you what I am feeling is the Fender sounds a little bit fuller and a bit fatter. Whereas this one, I'm getting slightly a tiny weeny bit more top ends in the overdriven section. So, okay, let's pop on the clean tone. Yeah. And let me take away a bit of the chorus so we can hear the guitar a little bit better on a delay, yeah? So, this is, I'm going to pop it onto the neck pickup on, no, sorry, we put it on the first position. Yeah. Now let me put it in the second position. Okay, so bridge sound. Yeah, on second position. So I get a different tone. Now, on the second position, I can understand, yeah, because I'm using a humbucker and a single coil to get in conjunction then to get that second RF sound. But on the bridge pickup, clean, I was hearing more of a distinction between the two of them. So with this one here, so back in the bridge position again now. Now, I'm not sure if you're hearing this as much as I am. I'm not sure whether, I can't remember whether there's any kind of capacitors or any different bits and pieces like that underneath the hood on the Fender, but I'm hearing more of a Stratia clean tone on the actual Fender, whereas with this one, I'm hearing more of not so much of a Fender Strat. You know when you hear that that typical Fender Strat. It's got that almost bellness. There's a certain ranges, almost like a mid-scoop sound to it. Whereas this one, I'm hearing more of those mids. But then overdriven, there's hardly any difference. But both of them, I actually prefer this one cleaning the bridge. I'm rarely ever going to use it cleaning the bridge. But I'm loving these. I bought this guitar, or I traded this guitar for the Ibanez, yeah, with all of sort of intention of just maybe doing a video and hoofing it on. This is going nowhere. This is now going to be in my rotor for gigging with. This is stunning. This now, so I'm going to put this on more on the patch now for kind of, I played a bit sort of Def Leppard kind of stuff, yeah. So I'm getting way more sustain now. I don't think it's from the pickups. The only thing different I put on there is I put in some Geica string trees, those little black ones there, yeah, which are the roller ones. That's just more for tuning. But I don't know, I honestly don't know. It turns out that those original pickups that I've taken out of here were just Fleor ones. They're like I put in my Les Paul, in my Explorer, cracking little pickups, to be fair to them, but they're nothing expensive. So there we are, yeah. So going back to the earlier part of the video now, when you heard it before I changed it out, would you have said that they were really, really cheap pickups? No chance, no chance. But this now is absolutely stunning. So comparison between the two. So if I was to hazard the guess and say like, okay, I can only pick one of these, get one of these Strats, which one would I pick? Oh, I think it would have to be the Fender. The Fender, because it just, the neck on that is stunning. So this one here, yeah, it's got a slightly thinner neck down the strummy side. Yeah, let me turn this off a minute. Down the strummy side is a slightly thinner neck, and I prefer a rosewood or whatever the equivalent to rosewood fingerboard. But it's a slightly fatter and wider. But this, oh my God, it's such a beautiful neck on it. So it's more of definitely a C shape. Whereas that one, the Fender here, is more of a wider, flatter D shape on the neck. So I find it, I don't know. I find this one easier to play, but that's just personal preference. But since I've done this work, the work on this now the other night, I can't put this down. I can't put the Greco down. It's absolutely gorgeous. So workmanship. Let's have a look here now. So they both got vintage style tuners. Let me put the Fender down a second. So they both got vintage style tuners, yeah, where you slot the string into the actual top of the tuning peg, bend it round, and then twisty. But these ones, the ones on here, which are actual Greco ones, just look a bit more modern. Although this is way older than that. Bonkers. And so the tuners on these, I thought that this had been the tuners on this had been swapped out because they're in such good condition, but they're not. They're actual Greco ones. So yeah, so tuners, I would say. On the Fender then, you've got more the old vintage style, but again, same format, straight string into the centre, but more of a vintage look to them, actual Fender ones. Okay, on both of them, both of the nuts been cut really, really well. It's a shorter, shallower nut, yeah. But no, whoever originally cut the, I'm not sure if it's just from the factory, I guess, but there's no fret buzz whatsoever down the bottom. Same with the Fender. Fret nibs, in fairness, on a pair of them, I would say that goes to the Fender, because I can't feel any sharpness whatsoever on when I'm doing the old Paul Milehouse wank test. I can't feel any sharpness whatsoever on the Fender, whereas on the Greco, I mean, if I'm really pernickety, a slightly little teeny bit but more, but when I'm playing it, I can't feel it. The necks are on both of them are sublime, in fairness. It's a slightly smaller body. Let me just mute this a second. Unplug it, and I'll put them side by side. It's a slightly smaller body on the Greco. Oh, there we are. Very slightly, just on the arse side of it. Can you see that? So this one, sorry, there's this one here. It goes just slightly wider on the arse. I feel that the cut on the Greco, where the belly cut goes in on the top. Oh Christ. On this side, yeah, just goes in slightly. It's a slightly thinner. Bolt-ons, you got a 4 bolt-on. Let me turn it around. You got a 4 bolt-on on the Fender, but you got a 3 bolt-on on the Strat. Ooh. Which one has the longest natural sustain? Okay. So I'll pop it on the same patch, and I'll just play an A chord. Yeah. Okay. Still ringing a little bit. Okay. If I don't put my bloody back out filming this, I'm going to eat my ass. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. I would put the Greco just slightly a little bit more natural sustain. Not much in it though, is there? No, there's not much in it. Weight wise, let's have a look, yeah. I think Now, I haven't a clue what the Greco's body is made of. I think both ash. I think that the Greco wins it weight-wise, as in it's a slightly heavier. Yeah, slightly heavier. I would say the Strat is probably around about 7.5 pound to 8, whereas I would say the Greco is more. I would say 8.5 to 9. I've not got either of the trems floated because it's not a guitar for that. Personally, I know Jeff Beck used to use his all the time, but I don't find myself looking for a trem on a Strat. But this could, so that the trem or the bridge on the Strat on the Fender, is a Fender made. It could do with a bloody good clean. Whereas the one on the Greco, there's no markings on it. It's still really such good condition. This wins on the condition side, I would say. This still feels, the neck feels played in, definitely. But the body on that looks more worn in. But then, I doubt you can see this. I am not entirely sure what finish is on here. But if it, either way, you know with like an old Les Paul, when it starts checking, you get the lines. I can already see it's either a very, very thin paint or varnish job on it, or it's starting to check. Because I'm getting the lines, the grain lines, in the black. It's intoxicating. This guitar is intoxicating. I am just, absolutely over the moon with this guitar. I am so glad that I put the Duncan Design ones in there. Would I be in any rush to go out and buy myself the equivalent in Seymour Duncan's? Fuck no. No. Not at all. For the amount of money in comparison, so you're probably looking at around about £300 to transfer and put in the equivalent in Seymour Duncan's in this, £250 to £300. I am. I'm to be completely honest. Yeah. Yes, it is a nicer tone. It's almost slightly a wider range frequency on the Seymour Duncan. But is this lacking in anything? No. These pickups are definitely not lacking in punch, in tone, in clarity. You can see why they are. It's exactly this. It's the same design. What's different in them? I wouldn't have a foggiest. So, would I suggest that you go out and buy one of these? Shit, yeah. If you want a nice old guitar for not a lot of money for the actual quality you get yourself one of these. They're absolutely stunning. Right, my next video, I promise guys, is my QC video with the newest discovered amps. I've done some. I did film it once, and I wasn't happy with one or two of the amps, so I've gone back and found some other new ones. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope it's given you a little bit of a better understanding the difference between the Duncan Designed and the Seymour Duncan. Not a huge amount of difference, especially if you've got money coming out your fucking ears, and you can afford £300 for a 5% difference. Then yeah, go for it. But if you're like myself and you're kind of watching the pennies, yeah, the Duncan Design pickups, the Hotrails and Duncan Designs are fucking brilliant. Anyway, nice one guys, I will be catching you again extremely soon. Ta-ra.